Hey everybody, we're glad. Hey Nikki, how are you? Appreciate you being here with us today. Let me do a couple of things here, alright? See if I can catch myself live. Hey, glad to have you today. Appreciate you being here. We're going to talk about 9 steps. 9 steps to really push home the concept of success for whatever that looks like for you, whether that's in your business. On lunch, you know, I got you. I totally understand. That's why I moved it a little bit so you could watch it a little more. But we're glad you're with us today. We're going to be talking about the 9 steps success. We're going to use 9 Ds that'll help you. And we'll be talking about how you move forward in that process. My name's Dean. If you're just joining us, my name's Dean Renfro with BusinessProfitsAcademy.com. That's my website and also my business. And thanks for joining me here on 5-Minute Leader Scopes. And we're going to be talking today about how we drive success in our business and what that looks like and how we can move forward and a roadmap to do that. So I thought I'd whiteboard it for you and help you see how that works. And you can pick up the replay, of course, later at catch.me 5-Minute Leaders. And just appreciate all of you being here with us today. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. If you're just joining us for the first time, you've never been on Periscope much, if you're on an Android, you swipe up and you can follow and invite people. If you're on an iPad or an iPhone, you can swipe left to right and invite people as well. So we're glad everybody's joining us. If you don't know me, my name's Dean Renfro, BusinessProfitsAcademy.com. I've been in business for myself for 40 years. I have several companies. And I do coaching for businesses as well to help them move forward and build a strategy, build a plan to make their business grow and make more profit. You know, it's kind of like a GPS, you know, guts, persistence, and a strategy. That's what makes business work successfully. It's guts, persistence, and strategy. So today we're going to talk a lot about the strategy part of how you go about doing that. I'm going to whiteboard it for you, and you can catch the replay, take screenshots, whatever you need to do. Hey, Marguerite from Tag Tribes. Yes, glad to have Tag Tribes in the house. Now, by the way, if you're new to Periscope and you get bored, you can just tap on the screen like somebody is right now, and a bunch of little hearts will come up. And that makes everybody feel good, okay? Hey, Michelle, glad to have you here. We're going to talk about these 9 steps for to help people. And you use this in business. You can use this in your personal life, your spiritual life. As a parent, you can. There's a lot of things you can do with these 9 things we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So we can move along, but just to kind of give you a concept, if I can get that right, that's basically what we're going to be doing right there. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, you'll also be able to pick that up on my website later. But so we're going to get started with this. Of course, the big element of what we're talking about today is this whole forward progress. So I'm going to kind of explain the map to you a little bit so you understand. Here's some things that everybody has. They're called challenges. There are mountains in life that come along. Hey, Michelle, glad to have you. Hey, Michelle, are we still doing the thing on Saturday for the Houston Periscope people? We still doing that, Michelle? Sorry, I'm just butting in the conversation here. Yes. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, yes, cool. All right, I'll get I'll look on the Facebook page and find out where all that's going to be at. But anyway, we're going to talk about these things. Here's kind of the map here. And these are challenges that we all face. So I'm going to give you a real quick clue about that. Down here at the bottom, and we're in the valley, your job when you're in the valley in these processes is just to persevere. Okay, just hang in there. Just stay persistent. When you're on the mountaintop, you want to get the vision of where you need to go. Okay, that's the best time to get the vision, not when you're in the valley. When you're in the valley, everything looks like a valley. Okay. Everything looks impossible. So just keep that in mind. You're going to have mountaintops and you're going to have valleys in your journey to success. Okay, the wheels on our bus to the goal, of course, are indicators, are success indicators. You need success indicators if you're going to move forward. Because that's what timing is all about. Most things in life, most things in success. It's just you can just repeat a bunch of stuff, but if your timing's off, you're going to get in trouble. Okay, you're going to make the wrong decision, you're going to do the wrong thing at the wrong time, wrong place, all that kind of stuff. See, a lot of people are successful because they just happen to be the right person at the right place at the right time, and they made the right decision. A lot of us have been there, and we just didn't do it. And so part of it is what's my success indicators to help me move forward. So that's what we're going to talk about. Of course, the goal, the big thing, the sun over here, is the idea you're going to have You're going to have a primary objective, okay, and you're going to have other objectives that are going to happen as you try to move forward in success. What I mean by that? What I mean by that is the fact that as you go towards success, you're going to find there's other things that ride with it. Other things that ride with it. And you have to learn to differentiate, is this an other objective or is this the objective? Okay, so we're gonna talk about that a little bit today to help you understand. I'm gonna give you 9 things that all start with a D, okay, to help you map out this roadmap to success. Okay, so you ready to get started? The first one is the biggest one, okay? The first one is the biggest one. The first one is the biggest one, and it is the word decide. You see, for you to ever move forward toward success, whether it's in life, with your family, in a relationship, in business, spiritually, you have to make a decision. Okay? You have to decide and make a decision to move forward. There has to become a decision point. Okay? The problem with most people is most of their decisions are little old bitty decisions. Okay? What we're talking about for success is a 3 o'clock in the morning, gut-wrenching, I got to get up and do something decision. Okay? Most people never get where they're going because they've never had that. They've never made the decision at 3 o'clock in the morning. Things are fixing to happen. Things are changing. I'm fixing to move forward. So decide is really, really important. I'm going to give a pitch here for a great book about that. Just take a screenshot of that. The name of the book is Decide with Jim Palmer. He is a great author, but I'll tell you what, folks, you read this book and you'll start deciding a lot of things. See, most people's problem is they're not deciding. Okay, so the first step is you have to decide you're going to go somewhere. You have to decide you're going to go after this primary objective. Okay, you have to decide. We'll get into all the other pieces about that later on as we break this thing down. But first of all, you have to decide. The second D is you have to understand what drives you. What drives you? Okay. See, most people in the very beginning, when they decide, they all get hung up on the how. How are we going to do this? Do not let that drive you. Do not let the how drive you. It will drive you nuts. Okay. Don't worry about the how. Okay. Don't necessarily worry about the what. Okay. If you'll figure out the why in you, why am I going to do this? Why am I going to hit this? Why am I going to go this direction? Why am I going to be successful? Why am I going to run this company? Why am I going to marry this person? Why am I going to make this decision? Why am I going to raise my kids a certain way? Why am I going to change myself? When you get the why down, the what and the how show up. Okay? When you get the why down, the how and the what show up. Hey, Cake Time 860 in Connecticut. I'm going to guess that's all right there. Cake Time 860 in Connecticut. I don't know what the 860 means, but hey, glad you're here. So we're talking about this map, this road map to success. You have to decide. You have to make a decision to move forward. Nothing happens until you decide. Okay. So one of your success factors is I've decided to move this direction. I've decided I know what this looks like over here. I've decided I know what the target is that I'm going after. The second success factor in that may be I know why I'm driven to do this. I know the why. This is why I need to change my life. This is why I need my company to grow. This is why I need to marry this person. This is why I need to raise my kids a certain way. This is why I need to do X, 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 X. I know the why. I can start moving toward it. Okay? So decide. Then know what drives you. That's the second D. What drives you. Third is design. What's the design? Okay? What's the design? Personally, that may be what's my talents and my gifts. Okay? What do I do really well? How am I really wired up to do this? Not everybody is wired up to do business the same way. Not everybody is wired up to be in a relationship the same way. Not everybody is wired up to carry out certain hobbies. Okay? We're just not. We're not wired that way. So decide your design. Okay? So in a business, if you're talking about a business, you have to decide how am I going to structure my business to be most successful. Okay? How am I going to structure that? Because a lot of people, they get started in business, they run out and they buy all this equipment and they rent out an office and they do all that and they're just them. Okay? And they have no idea whether they're going to be successful or not. Okay? They have no idea whether this is going to work. They think it will. They think it's a great idea. Somebody told me, man, that's a great idea. You ought to go in business and do that. I've heard that story so many times. I'm like, don't tell anybody else that unless they've already made a decision and they're driven and they figured out how they're going to, why they're doing it, and then they can figure out how they're going to do it. But don't decide all that in reverse. It is a terrible thing to sit across from a table of some man, some woman, some man and woman, or two men or two women, some people that have put their life, energy, money, blood, sweat, tears, dreams into it, to sit there and watch them tell their story about how the whole thing fell apart. Okay, and they goes, because we did the wrong things first. Okay, so decide, know what's driving you. Okay, know the design of what it takes to get there. Okay, design of what it takes to get there. What's the design step in your business? Okay, what's your design step personally? What's my talents and gifts? Do I have the talents and gifts to make this happen? Maybe you don't. Well, that's okay, but you just have to know that. Then the fourth D is you need to duplicate. And what I mean by duplicate is go find successful people who are trying to do what you're doing. Okay? They may not be doing hey Ron Orr, they may not be doing it exactly like you do it, but go find successful people who are doing what you're wanting to do. Hey Jen, glad to have you here this morning. She's my shining star. If you hadn't read the Facebook post there in Tag Tribe's group, go read that. And Tag Tribe's a great thing. She's an awesome thing that she's experienced. She's kind of unknowingly been through this process, and she'll tell you it works. So you have to go duplicate what are successful people doing. Okay, so go find some people. Go hang around them. Go be with them. Go listen to them. That is one way to start moving forward in success. Read after people who are successful. Watch people who are successful. Listen to people who are successful. Sit down and buy their lunch and ask them one question. Just say, I've got one question. I got one question. And ask them, and then ask them that question, and then ask them and shut up. And listen to what they tell you. Duplicate what successful people are doing. Listen, folks. You'll find out most things in life have a pretty simple formula. And the people that are successful are the people who do the formula, who follow the formula. And if they can follow it, you can follow it. See, the problem is you get all this stuff all scattered all over everywhere, and you can't follow. You lose your way. We're talking about a straight way. A straight way. So, if we decide, and we know why we're driven, and we understand our design, okay, hey, Sunflower, how are you this morning? And we go and we duplicate people's success, okay, duplicate people's success, then we start understanding what's going to move us forward. What's going to move us forward? Okay, we get our design down. We understand our gifts, our talents. We understand what our company's really going to be about. We understand what it is we're trying to get done, okay? And we understand the why, okay? And we can move forward. Okay, the fifth D, the fifth D is differentiate, okay? I can't even spell it. If you can read that Greek and Hebrew, you're good. Okay, so we can differentiate, okay? And what I mean by that is you have to look at some things, because most people, their problem is they try to do too many things. They don't narrow their business down. They don't differentiate out the things that they can't get done, okay? And so they try to do a bunch of stuff instead of focusing down, exactly, niche down, even in your business, about what you're going to do well in the beginning. You're going to do this first. This is going to get you there the fastest. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about doing everything at once. We're talking about what's going to get me there the fastest. Because you see, nothing breeds success like success. Okay? And what we're talking about is knowing what those things are. And a lot of people never get there is because they don't understand how to differentiate some of the things in their business and get the clutter out of the way of their business, or out of their life, or out of their relationship, or out of their brains. They don't understand that. And so they got all this stuff they're trying to do, and they stay clouded all the time. They stay clouded all the time. Yeah. headline, not micro niche, long tail, elevator pitch, positioning. Yeah, all those things are true, Ron. Exactly. Even in writing a scope title, you can do this, okay? Even in mapping out today, you can do this, okay? Because it's all about taking directed, dedicated steps that you've decided, here's what I'm doing, and I'm going this direction. See, most people wake up in the morning and they never do that. They don't sit down and go, where's today going to go? Most people just kind of let today happen to them. Instead of thinking through, what have I got to do today? Okay? Because we all got stuff in our life. There's things that come, there's things that happen every day in our life. And so we want to move people forward, okay? We want to move people forward. All right, the sixth step here, okay, is we want to delegate our resources. Because here's where you find a lot of people who get started in business, okay? They usually have more of one thing than of other things, okay? More of one thing than other things, okay? A lot of people starting out in business, they have way more time than they have money, okay? But they try to act like they got money, and they go spend a bunch of money they don't have, okay? Instead of going, wait a minute, I got more time, so let me figure out the best things to do with my time. See, in business, one of the things to be successful that you should be doing every day, no matter what happens in every day, is that you're going to take at least one action that's going to create you income today, tomorrow, or the next day, okay? Or down the road. That may be just simple conversation. I'm calling somebody and I'm setting up an appointment that's going to make me money. I'm working on something today, you know, that I'm going to design, that I'm going to put out that can make me money down the road. But a lot of people, you know, they piddle around in there, you know, and they get on Periscope and spend all day on Periscope and don't do anything to more than making them money. They reorganize their inventory. So, well, if I make a sale, I need to be able to find it. You know, they ride around town looking at stuff. Okay, they spend all day on the phone, but they never talk to anybody that's going to make them a dollar. Okay, they don't delegate what they have the most of. Okay, so if you've got money, then delegate your money. Go out and put your money in to work for you, okay? Maybe it is hire a VA. Maybe it is create an advertising piece and go put it out there. Maybe it is, buy a piece of equipment to make it happen. Maybe it is go take a bunch of people to lunch. Maybe that is how the best way you can spend your money if that's what you have. If that's what you have. So if you have more money than you have time, use it. If you have more time than you have money, use it. Now, if you have more energy, see, a lot of people run out of energy every day because that may be the least thing they have because they don't get enough sleep, they don't eat right, they don't exercise, they don't do all the things that they should be investing in. So when you run out of energy, folks, whether you got time or money, you're wore out. Your head gets cloudy, so you don't make good decisions. You can't have vision. You wind up down here in the valley, okay? And what you need to do in the valley is you need to persevere, okay? When you're in the valleys of all this stuff, you just need to persevere. Don't make a bunch of huge decisions. Don't map out the next big thing you're going to do when you're in the valley, because when you're in the valley, everything looks like the valley. Everything is overwhelming. Wait till you get back up on the mountaintop, okay? Because if you keep following these steps, you're going to wind up back up here. You're going to wind up back on the mountain, and when you're on the mountain, you have vision. You can see. You can see the next place to go. Okay. You feel like you feel like I can go over there now. Okay. All right. So that's the concept in this concept of moving toward the main primary objective. The main primary objective. And everybody's got all these cute sayings that they do and they come up with. This is what you do and this is what. Look, folks, it boils down to taking steps every day. The same steps every day that's taking you somewhere. Because if you know where you're going, you can rinse, wash, and repeat every day what you're doing. That's how successful people get where they're going. They're not over here today, and they're not over there tomorrow, and they're not up there, not down there. They take successful steps every day, and they know what they are. Okay. So we talked about you delegate what you have the most of. Okay. You determine that, and okay, I got time, I'm spending time. Just like this. I tell people all the time, they get on here and say, okay, what should I be doing next? Well, what do you have the most of? Well, I have time. Write a book. Write a book, because that will help you move to the next level. Because when you can reach out and hand somebody one of these, instead of one of these, okay, You tell me which one's going to get more authority. You tell me which one's going to speak to somebody. And so while you're piddling all around, thinking and dreaming and doing a bunch of other stuff, do this. Okay? You can do this real easy. It's not hard. Okay? Yeah, time is my least available resource. Okay? Well, guess what it is? It is for most people. They can't get it back. But a lot of people have time because they don't have any money. So they can't be doing other stuff. They can't be talking to people. They just have time. So they can go talk to people. Okay? They can't just go spend money. They got to have to use their time wisely. So, delegate what you have the least of. Then, you want to gather around you the dream team. You want to get the dream team around you. Yeah, you have to learn to say no to a lot of things. Exactly, Ron. See, that's most people's issue, is they don't know what to say no to. Because, you see, they got things out of sequence. They got things out of sequence. And because they didn't make some determinations up first, they don't understand their why, they get caught up in somebody else's why. Instead of saying, no, I'm not about that. No, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to go that direction. No, I'm not going to spend money on that. No, I'm not going to goof off all day. No, I don't. Because they don't know what their why is. So when you get this out of order, we wind up saying yes to a lot of things you probably shouldn't have ever said yes to, but you didn't know any different. Okay? You didn't know any different. So here we're talking about you want to build your dream team. Okay? Get a dream team around you. In other words, find people who are good, who are better than you at the things that you stink at. Okay? I'll just put it in good old Texas English. If you stink at something, go find somebody that's good at it. It will save you time, energy, and money in the long run. You might say, well, I don't have any money. Folks, barter. Barter. This country was built on bartering with people. Because you see that person that you're talking to that's an expert at WordPress web design, he's not good at something else. Find out what he's not good at. Say, hey, what do you not do very well? Oh, by the way, I just happen to do that. Okay? Great. Let's swap. Let's trade our time and energy so that both of us can be productive. Okay? You see what I'm saying? Learn how to barter what you don't have. Okay? Build a dream team around you of people. A dream team of people. So we get down to number 7. We want to build a dream team of people that can help us get where we're going. Because folks, you're not going to get there by yourself. You can't get there by yourself. If you want to do what you love, you'll never work another day in your life. True, kind of. Because I'll tell you something, folks. Everything is about working. Even if you love it, it's still work. You still got to put the elbow grease in it. Sorry, Ron. That whole idea of you go do what you love and it'll all come to you. There's people dying on the vine every day doing what they love, but they're broke. You got to do what you love that makes you money. In business, you can do what you love and go broke. Believe me, I've been there, done that. Do what you love, you'll go broke if it doesn't make you money. So you got to work, but in your head you're not working. You're having fun. You're having fun, and that's the idea of the statement. A lot of people get it all, screwed up. It's if you're doing what you love, it's not work, but you still got to work. Okay, you still have to work at it to make it happen. Okay, so build a dream team. Build a dream team. Okay. All right. Then this right here is all about do every day. Okay. Do every day. Do something every day that's moving you here. Understand it's an action word. It's not think about it. It's not piddle with it. It's not, just share it. It's do something with it. Do something every day that moves you forward to this. That moves you forward to that. Okay? Like I said, it could be a phone call. It could be a visit. It could be creating a piece that makes you money. Whatever it is, be doing something every day. Every day. And then the last one is document. Document. Document your road to success. Okay? Document your road to success. I'll tell you why you need to document your road to success. You'd be surprised how many people, when you ask them, well, how did you get here? How did you wind up making this work out as a business person? You know what their answer is? I don't know. Yes, I will. I will review all of them, and they'll be on the review as well. And you can catch the replay also at katch.me, 5 Minute Leader. Catch me 5 Minute Leader. And I'll be doing it again tonight. Okay, you know I do. I'll be repeating it again tonight at 7. Be a different people in the house, so it'll look a little different. There'll be different comments that you get to participate with, okay? So you want to document your road to success, because once you find out what works, once you find out how all this flows, you just wash, rinse, and repeat it. Wash, rinse, and repeat it. Now, for some of you personalities, that is like boring. That's like boring, okay? But you got to do that stuff to be successful. Now, when you get successful, then you can put on another hat, as long as somebody else is washing and rinsing and repeating what got you here, okay? And what keeps you there, okay? Because there's a way to get there, okay? There's a way to get there. Just like I've said every time in business is really pretty simple, folks. You got to get leads, okay? You have to have customers, okay? You have to have customers to buy you. You have to have customers to buy your product. You have to have customers to buy your service, whatever that is. Okay, you got to have leads. Okay, you got to turn those leads into customers. Okay, so there has to be a transaction take place of some kind, some sort, whether it's emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, financial. There has to be a transaction that takes place to turn that person into a customer for you to move forward. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I got you, Jen. Appreciate you being here. Everybody go read her comments. This gal is moving forward because she is making an application, because she started right back here. And she decided she was going to take life by the horns and move forward. So the third thing, of course, you have to have multiple transactions. You know, the problem with a lot of people in business is they make a sale, they don't get a customer, and so they just have to keep making sales because they don't have multiple transactions taking place. Business is not that hard, folks. Business is not that hard when you understand 5 things, and we've talked about those 5 things. Go back and catch the replay. So now we've documented our success. We know what got us here. So there's going to be times that you're going to be in the valley. Persevere. It's going to wait till you get up on the mountain so you can look around and see where you're at. Yeah, or reoccurring income. Somehow or another, you have to create that. Okay. You have to understand. I didn't talk about this very much, but you need to understand your success indicators. When is it time to move forward? See, a lot of times people don't map that. They don't think about that. How will I know when to take the next step? You know, how do I know that's going to be the right time? See, because a lot of things in life are about timing. They're about timing. And making the right decision at the right time about the right person, right place, right step to take, okay? So you have to work on your timing of elements, okay? Understand that as you move toward your primary objective, whatever that is, there's going to be other objectives. There's going to be other objectives that come along with it. Okay, it's kind of like all this brings this. Be careful that you don't lose your primary objective and get caught up in the other objectives. Okay, because it can break you. It can break you. Okay, it can really break you. All right, so the clouds are up there to remind us that you need days of refreshing. There's going to be days that it rains. There's going to be days that it's cloudy. There's going to be days that there's sunshine. Okay, those things are all going to happen in this process, and you have to realize each of those components. So, anybody got a question today? We've kind of mapped out this roadmap of how it works. So I'm going to run back over it for the folks that kind of came in late or that hadn't had a chance to catch a replay. The first thing you have to do is decide. Okay, most people never make the decision to do something. They think about it. They pray about it. They dream about it. They wander around about it. They wander all over life about it, and then one day they wake up and it's too late. You have to decide. But the decision I'm talking about is a 3 o'clock in the morning kind of decision. When you wake up straight out of bed and realize, I have to do this. That's the kind of decision that we're talking about. One of those decisions that drives you, it has to happen. How many leads do you call per day? Okay, that's a great question. How many clients do you need per day? How many clients can you handle a day? Well, how many products can you deliver? People say, well, as many as I can handle. Okay, well, here's 10,000. Now what are you going to do? Most people can't handle 10,000 leads unless they're set up for 10,000 leads. Okay, and it really, the lead thing is all about you as a person being able to know, is this a lead that fits what I'm doing, or is it just a lead? Because there's different kinds of leads. There's leads, and there's quality leads, and then there are what I call perfect leads. Leads that are going to buy what I'm going to sell them, because I know what they want to buy, because I know the conversation that's going on in their mind. How many leads do you need to call a day? Okay. How do you define a lead? What is it? What a lead? Yeah, that's a good question, Ron. A lead for most people, as I just said, a lead for most people is broad. Okay, it's anybody. Okay, I don't define leads that way. When I talk about a lead for me, number one thing is it fits my idea of a perfect client. Okay, in other words, I know the avatar of what I'm looking for, and it fits that. The second thing, they have the ability as a client to pay what I'm going to charge them. Okay, because there's a lot of people, and there's been a bunch of them on these scopes. As I already know, they can't afford what I do. They can't afford me, so I give them $10,000 paydays, and say, here, I'll just make the money for you if you'll go do the elbow grease, and then you can afford me, and we can make a whole bunch more. But some people don't get that. Oh, thanks for the idea. And then they come back and they go, well, I did that. I made money. I don't know how to make another one of those. Okay, that's how that works. Okay, you have to define a lead for yourself. Okay, because I can walk right out the office door right here, pick up my phone. Yeah, I know how to get thousands of soft leads, but 80-20 tribes can filter. Yeah, you can filter them down. You can filter them down. You have to know that, okay? And we talked about that in the avatar. Most people most people go out and get some kind of demographic concept of a lead, and they build this, this schedule of, okay, they do this, this, and this. They look like this. They look like this. They have this age. They live in this. They got all that fine. But they never then go back and define this part, the emotional component of the person. Because see, most people buy with their hurt, with their emotion. They buy. See, most people, here to answer that question, Ron, I don't market to people who need me. I market to people who want me. There's a big difference. Everybody needs stuff. You need to eat every day, okay? But I don't always want to eat. When I want to eat, I eat what I want, okay? Right? Sometimes I just eat what I need to eat, okay? So if I'm trying to lose weight, I'm going to eat what I need to eat to lose the weight, right? But then there's sometimes you get a hankering and you decide, you know what? I don't care about the diet right now. I want to eat this. And what do? You go eat that, okay? And so you have to understand the difference between marketing to people who need your product and who want your product, okay? Because see, when you go find people who want what you're selling, there's no selling. They buy it. In other words, it's like you find a street corner of a bunch of people who want a sandwich for lunch because they're hungry, and you pull up in a sandwich truck, and they're like, we want what you have. It doesn't matter. If you have a sandwich on the truck? Yes, I want it. Versus the pizza truck pulling up, and everybody goes, we don't want pizza. We want a sandwich. Do you have a sandwich? No, I don't have any sandwiches. Here, let me tell you. Wait. Let me give you my special deal for the pizzas I have on here. We're telling you, dude, we don't want a pizza. We want a sandwich. Do you have any sandwiches? No. But let me sell you this pizza. Fresh hot pizza delivered in 30 minutes or less. This is great. So you have to have a target lead. Exactly, Ron. That's what I'm talking about. You have to define it down so that, because when you do that, they'll pay you more money than the general lead. The general lead is looking for a freebie. The general lead is looking for the best deal. The general lead is looking for a coupon. I'm not looking for people who want coupons. I'm not looking for people who want free. I'm looking for people who say, I'll pay you any amount of money for any time, any place, anywhere ever, because you're going to deliver and give me results. And my wife is calling. Hang on, let me see what she needs. Yes, dear. Hey, I'm on the show. Do you need me really bad? Is it emergency or what? In just a few minutes. Is it emergency? Okay. Yes, or less. Okay, all right. Sorry about that, but that makes this real. She called 3 times and I knew, okay, I better answer the phone. Yeah, I'm live. That's exactly right. So, all right, so the reality is that's how it is, okay? You have to decide. Then you have to understand what drives you, okay? We got our... Very good, Ron. We have our first call in on the show. Exactly. Exactly. You have to understand what drives you, okay? What drives you? What's your why? See, most people, they make a decision and then they go sit down and they try to figure out how. They figure out how. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Yeah, that's true. They try to figure out the how. And they get all fuddled and muddled and they try to work through the how, and when they should have been working on the why. Because you see, when you know your why, the what and the how start coming together. They start showing up. But most people get so befuddled and so hung up on how am I going to do this. Just like people you know why people never get a book written? The first thing you ask people, why haven't you written a book? And you know what their answer is going to be? I don't know how. I can't ever get started. I can't decide on what I'm going to write on. Don't worry about that, folks. If you know why you want to write a book, you'll do it. You know why most people can't get their first Periscope done? Okay, because they're running around. Well, I have to figure out how do you do this, and how do you get on, and how do you make it work? Just get on. Because if you have a story to tell, if you have a why, you're just going to get on and do this. Okay, you're just going to get on and do it because you got a why driving you. So you have to figure out what drives you. Then you have to figure out your design. Okay, what talents and gifts and resources do you have? How do I design this that fits me? Okay, like I've got a chiropractor. He wants to work 20, 30 hours a week and make $1 million. Everybody else laughs at him. Guess what? He works 20 to 30 hours a week and makes $1 million a year profit. Why? Because he designed everything around what he wants to do, what fits his schedule, who his perfect client is, who's going to pay him that kind of money. And when you do all that, folks, you can start living, quote, what you would call your dream. But most of his dream doesn't have a design to it. It doesn't have a strategy to it. It's just a bunch of stuff splattered all over everywhere. And you're picking and choosing stuff and trying to figure out, how do I make this all work? And it's frustrating. Yes, it is. It'll drive you bananas. Okay. Then the fourth thing that you want to talk about is you want to duplicate. Excuse me. Yeah, you want to duplicate. You want to duplicate success. Go find out people. Go find people who are doing what you want to do successfully and go talk to them. Read about them. Hang around them. Observe what they're doing. Watch them. Listen to them. Okay? And they will help you learn how to go towards success. Because more than likely you're going to follow this rule. You're always going to do what you've always done, and so you're going to keep getting what you have right now. That's how most people live life. Yeah, you have to think through the scalable lens. Exactly. How do I get to the next level? See, most people, again, they're trying to figure out the how when they need to be focused on the why. Why am I going to get this done? Why is that person successful and I'm not? Go hang around them and you'll find out why they're successful. And just do what they do. Yeah, it's 10X thinking, whatever. It's been around forever before that guy ever came up with 10X, okay? You just do what they do. It's called a pattern. It's called, if you want to go back, way back, it's called being a disciple of somebody, okay? You do what they do. Follow me, and you'll be successful. You follow an unsuccessful person, guess what? I don't care how smart you are and what all schools you've been to. Yes, success leaves clues. Exactly, Ron. I don't care if you follow an unsuccessful person, you're going to wind up unsuccessful. I don't care what you know, how much money you have in the bank, what your big dream and idea is, you're going to wind up unsuccessful. Okay? Success leaves clues. Follow the clues. Go hang around. So go duplicate what some other people are successful doing. Most people that are on here, if they just go do what successful people done, they'd be successful. Instead of trying to be original. You know, got to be original. Got to be me. Except me is broke. Me don't know how to get to here, but I got to be me. I'm not saying you can't be me. Just go do what successful people do, and then you can be all the me you want to be. Go be a me on some beach somewhere, okay? But you got to get there first. Okay, then you want to differentiate. You want to differentiate what you have the most of. Get rid of a bunch of other stuff that you don't have, okay, and differentiate and spend your time with that. So if you have more time, do something with your time that makes you money, okay? You know, if you got more time, go do this. Go write a book, okay? Instead of sitting around seeing how many different business cards you can design and being clever. Put that energy to use and write a book, because when you walk up and hand somebody that you're trying to do business with this versus this, you're going to get somewhere, okay? You're going to get somewhere. So, if you got more time, then you got money, do that. If you got more money than you got time, then figure out how to invest your time into what's going to get you to the next step, okay? And that may mean doing the next thing, of course, and that is delegating, that is bringing people around you. It'll be the second step in that. The next step is to delegate your resources, your time, energy, and your money. And then the next thing is to get a dream team. Put a dream team around you. Figure out who that is. Take what you're good at, put that on one side of the paper, and it's going to have 2 or 3 things, and then all the other things that you're not good at. Okay? I'm talking about from mediocre on down. Put all those on the other side, and then start going finding people who can do that for you. You go find those people. Okay? Hey, Deanna, glad to have you. Go find those people and start building you a dream team to help you take the next step. Okay? Because when you do that, you will catapult yourself forward. You will get there faster and quicker and easier and less painful. Because you put some people around you that can take you there. Because you get there by being a team. Together, everybody accomplishes more. All of us are smarter than any one of us. All those sayings, okay, they count here. They count here. And then, number 8, do something every day that moves you forward. Do something every day that moves you forward. What does that look like? Well, sometimes what that means is you need to plan. Yeah, you need to plan the plan. And there's a lot of planning in there. But, sometimes you need to go get off and plan out what the big picture looks like. You need to go get on the mountaintop and look across and see where this is all going. But most people spend their time trying to make kind of decisions down here. They spend all their decisions down here in the valley trying to make decisions when they can't see anything but mountains. Okay? There you just need to persevere and get back up to the top of the mountain. Just decide you're going to climb out of that valley and get up to the vision where you can see, okay? And so do something every day. And so you plan to go make a planning time, and you plan out some space out there. And then during that, you plan some times to plan. For some of you, that may be Sunday night where you plan out the rest of your week. And then so you know for the next 6 days what you're going to be doing, okay? But most people don't ever get that far. They go, I kind of know, I'm going to get up, I'm going to go to work. That's my plan. I'm going to come home, I'm going to eat, sleep, watch a little bit of TV, and go back to bed. Do you know how many people's plan, that's their plan by default? That's their plan. You ask them their plan. Well, that's kind of my plan. Well, have you planned out how you're going to, make money this week? Yeah, I'm going to go to work. Okay, that's it. And I'm sure you got a spending plan too. Yeah, I'm going to eat it and drive it and drink it. That's my spending plan. Okay, good, great, good. Let's see where that gets you. Be interested in how that works out for you, right? You're never going to get anywhere doing that, but people do it every day. Millions of people do it every day in America. Why? Because they don't understand the plan. And so then every day you should take time to look at the plan, whether that's the night before for the next day or first thing in the morning for the first day. Get up 20 minutes earlier, folks. Remember that thing I talked about, energy, that most of you are going to run out of? Is because it's not a big enough why in your life. Because when the why is big enough, you go, I got to get up 30 minutes in the morning so I can plan the rest of my day today. And then I go do it. And I figure out how am I going to get more energy. Well, I'm going to exercise. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a step. I'm going to do something every day to move me forward. And then the last one is document your road to success. Document your road to success so you can repeat it. Keep up with what you've done. Now, whether that's journaling or whether you got a dictaphone or you talk in it, or whether you got a big whiteboard like this and you map it all out, or whether you use a bunch of Post-it notes and you stick it all over the board like that. However you do it, document how you got there so you can see the journey. See the journey, because most people are visual. Most people have to have one of these. That's why I did this, because most people have to have that. You can talk all day about it, but most people need to draw it out so they can see it. Now, before somebody jumps on there and says, oh, I used, X-Mind. I use a mind map. Fine, great. But I'll tell you something, folks. There's something that happens in your brain when you sit down and you draw it, even if you can't draw. Your brain starts working with you, and it starts forming images in your head because you're talking to your hand. Okay, I'm going to draw this circle. This circle is about success. What is it about success? Instead of reaching over there and grabbing something and snapping it over there and snapping, okay, I got it done. I got my map made. It took me about 15 minutes, and I'm done. And your brain didn't have time to process and think through it. I'm just telling you, folks, there's something between here and here that's really important. Ask anybody that's successful. They'll tell you how many things have been. By the way, if you need help with that, go read the book about the back of a napkin. Okay. There's a lot of $1 million deals been made on a napkin. As somebody sat there and drawn it. A lot of great ideas came up. Innovative ideas came up as somebody drawed it out on a napkin. Was it perfect? No. But something happens between here and here. Most people need a visual in their life. What's your visual? You won't know unless you document it. So you can design your roadmap to success. And then when you arrive here, you will know it. I have been successful. I know what success looks like because I designed it. And I know what it looks like when I get there. I know what it looks like when I get there. Hey, thanks for being with us today. Glad you've been a part of the scope. We'll be back tonight at 7 and do this all over again. So I encourage you to come back, invite some of your tribe to come here. Maybe invite a coworker, a spouse, a friend, and invite them to come be a part of this. And bring your questions, bring your ideas like Ron did today. Thanks, Ron, for doing that. It made it a whole lot better. Bring your questions to this as we map out the concepts of what are the 9 steps to success. Here they are. Decide. Know what drives you. Create a design that fits you. Duplicate what you got and who the people are around you. Okay. Differentiate. Differentiate in your life. In other words, differentiate your business. What is your business really going to be about and what it's not going to be about? See, most people don't know the answer to that question. And then delegate. Delegate your assets, your resources, your time, energy, and your resources, and know what you got to spend. Okay, whether it's time, energy, or money. Or time, energy, or resources. And then get a dream team around you. Do something every day to make that happen because you know why you're doing it. Now you'll know. Pretty soon in this journey you'll know what. Document your successes. Know what your success factors are that drive you forward. Know what that looks like because timing is really big in this. Understand I'm never going to make a major decision when I'm in a valley. I'm just going to persevere because I want to get to the mountaintop so I can see further. That's the problem with most people's vision. The reason their vision is not very big is because they're making it in the valley and they can't see nothing but the rocks. When you get on the mountaintop, you can see a long way. You can see a long way. And maybe you need to go to the mountains so you can get a perspective of what that really looks like. If you live in the flatlands all the time, everything looks like flat. So go to the mountaintop. Okay? And then understand what all this looks like, okay? Understand the fact that there's going to be cloudy days and rainy days and sunshiny days along the road to that. Hey, thanks for being with us. We'll catch you later. My name's Dean Renfro, Business Profits Academy. You can follow me at catch.me, 5-Minute Leader. You catch me on my Facebook page, 5-Minute Leader Scopes. You get the replays of all this. And you can, and of course, as I share with everybody all the time, I didn't lose it here, in the context of all this here. You can get free resources at drbpa.com. There's free resources there. DRBPA. Danny, Robert, Paul, Bob, BP. Paul, yeah, wait a minute. Danny, Robert, Bobby, Paul, and Mary.com. You can get free resources there, and we'll see you later. Okay. Have a great day. Go map out your journey and vision. See you later.